Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. Reaction video to Liverpool's 3 points over the weekend against West Ham. Straight into it, really. Like, obviously, unbelievable to be 1-0 down, come back and win again. So the positives are that we're top of the league and we're churning out victories in the Champions League and the Premier League, and not necessarily playing very well as having injury problems. But the flip side, the reality of it is, again, if you're Bayern Munich, the best team in Germany at the moment, you're going to look at that and say, right, okay, what happened on the weekend? Scan through the results. Liverpool, boom, we won again. Mazza. Didn't have Van Dijk, mad. No Fabinho, mad. No Thiago. Oh, wow, and they still won. That's what you're going to see. But if you actually watch the game, you're going to sit there and be like, oh, man, we've what's the best word to describe it? We've burgled one there. We've burgled one, yeah? Not as much, actually, not so much this one, because
but I don't think
burgle's the wrong word. I just think you've got away with one, I'd say, because first half, I thought we were woeful. The first half, I thought we were shambles. I thought we were we were so deep. The goal, I mean, how has Bowen got so much space in the middle of the pitch to do whatever he wants?
But one shot on goal in the first half, man.
And even that was Henderson's. That was wide. Didn't even really work the keeper. So I looked at that and I thought to myself, we deserve to be losing. We don't even deserve to be in the game at this point. I was watching it thinking, so we don't deserve to be in this game.
No, but for me, West Ham hadn't done anything to actually say that they were going to go and win the game.
But they're away from home. They've stifled us. They've kept us to no shots on target.
Had Banks behind the ball.
And they were the ones looking like they were going to score when they had breaks.
Yeah, and we just could not break them through as per usual. In fact, if I look at the selection again, I'm not going to go too much deep into this. I know people are waiting for me to go on Curtis Jones, but I'm just going to allow that one. I'm going to allow that one. So the selection, the midfield, it didn't do anything for me. Like, the only one really, I mean, Genie, you said as well, like, people sometimes just do not notice what this guy does on his pitch. Like, he was the one who was trying.
Get on the ball.
Yeah,
in tight spaces. Get a bit of trickery to get past situations.
And Henderson as well. Do you know what I mean? But as I said, the midfield weren't given anything for me for the front three, and they just could not break through. Simple as that. Until something happened.
But even then, it's like just everything that Liverpool would do was just so slow. It's like there's no impetus. There's no like, right, okay, what we're gonna do is we have to switch the play quickly to be able to break through at any point if we're gonna break through. Yeah, we're not gonna break through the lines, so it's gonna have to be wide. So the balls have to get out there quick. And if it's not on, can we go out the other way? Can we do it quickly? Can we do it in 2 touches? There's too many touches. They're getting caught in possession. I understand that, and people who play football will know this as well. Sometimes it's when a team sits behind the ball and you've got all of the ball, it is tough because sometimes you think, can I play that forward pass? But if it's not on, you've got to make that decision quickly. You dwell, they get into the shape, and then you can't break them down. I thought it was so hard to watch in the first half. I just thought to myself, this isn't a team. This isn't champions, and this isn't how you'd expect champions to be running games.
Absolutely, but the counter argument is this: like, if you look at the state of the league in general,
football is drunk, bruv.
That's what 100%. Like, the league is all over the place. The teams, everyone's beating everyone, but yet we're still top of the league. We've got injuries galore. Yeah, we got no Virgil van Dijk, we got Thiago up, but we still got our front three. So I don't want to hear this whole thing about we've got all these injuries, but we've had Alisson out and all this kind of stuff, but yet we still find ourselves top of the league. So when we do get together, then you would hope, something kicks on here.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you have to accept that Liverpool's performances for the last, 3, 4? I can't remember now how long it's been. It's been a shambles, but we still get over the line and get the win. And everyone has always said, and even last season, we won games, it was getting over the line and winning those games that made the big difference. And now the big game against the weekend is the huge one. If we can turn up against Man City and get 3 points, how does that look? Do you know what I mean? So that is the counter argument that I'll be
interested to see what the team's going to be like against Atalanta. I'd be very intrigued to find out what that team is going to be, because we cannot afford any more injuries, especially coming into Saturday.
Nope.
And
but Atalanta can play as well.
Atalanta, and they're going to come to get goals. This is what I'm saying. Liverpool could cop goals here, because these guys, they're not here to piss about. They're looking to score goals. Yeah, they might concede the odd goal, but they're looking to score 3, 4, 5. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So it's a weird one. And again, it's difficult because I know that other fans will sit there and be like, you lot are actually dickheads because your team's top of the league. You're actually boying it off saying that they're playing poorly and all that. I understand there's a lot of fixtures. I understand that. I'm not denying that. And I know you can't be 10 out of 10 every week. I completely appreciate that. And I know that a lot of teams are in the same boat. But all I'm saying is the level of performance. It's not been great, but we're still winning. So you can live with it. I think I'm not gonna same as you really. I don't want to get too caught up on this Curtis Jones argument because I know that they're trying to blood him and all that sort of stuff. Everyone knows my standpoint on it. Learning your trade at a big club when you're not quite at that level, you're trying to get to that level is hard. People like Mason Greenwood, yes, you can argue that he's learning his trade at Manchester United, but he's also come in at a very, very high level. He's done well, so he's not necessarily learning his trade because he's tucking goals. If you're getting assists and you're scoring goals, then it's fine. Raheem Sterling, yes, you can argue he was learning his trade on the job, but he was also at a much higher level. He was ready. When you're ready, that's the difference. If you're ready, then yes, then by all means you're in the first team. But you're not there to, you're not a young player picking up, learning how to play your game. You're coming in to start to take someone's shirt.
No, but sometimes we're doing it again, isn't it? We're doing it again. We're going on this topic where we don't need to waste time on it.
No, I'm just saying, if Shaqiri's proven that he can change games, even when he isn't playing the best.
The quality.
He's got a little bit of sauce. Yeah, he sprinkles a little bit of sauce, and then all of a sudden there's a goal. And he's done that twice. And he also, it comes to mind, Manchester United a couple of years ago when he's come on and scored 2 goals. He can play poorly, but he can change a game. He has that quality.
And you talk about the quality, but it's like he's been doing it for so long. It's instinctive.
Yeah.
As soon as he collected that ball from Henderson, boom. Like you can slow it down, you can see it, but you can then see it. But he's doing it in with seconds. You can see the run, bang. And this is the quality that we were lacking in the first half. We're just getting a through pass ball through. And in Jota, direct as anything, he runs directly.
I hold my hands up. Because he's definitely proven me wrong. Because I was a little bit like, he's finding his feet. Cool. That's why now the whole argument about Minamino, it gets highlighted. It does get highlighted because you're like, mate, come on. But yeah, listen, Shaqiri for me is like one of those players that he was booted to the side. Listen, you're not going to play. Get gone. And he's come in and he's won you 2 games, really. They're setting up goals. The one thing I want to touch upon, and it's really fucking annoyed me over the last couple of days, is this slamming Salah. He's diving. It's pathetic. It's a shambles. It's a disgrace. And all this sort of stuff. Listen,
Bro.
It's biased, and also this is what I'm not. People take a knee and all this sort of stuff, but what does it mean? You're hammering a geezer, yeah, about diving. You're hammering him. People are sometimes it's a disgrace, but Harry Kane does it week in, week out, week in, week out. Jordan Henderson's a Liverpool player, but when he's England captain and he done it to win a penalty for England, no one said a fucking word. Yeah, Liverpool have had no penalties given against them, or have had some tough decisions going against them if they don't go down in the box, because you're not asking the referee to make a decision. VAR has been an absolute fuckery for Liverpool over the last couple of weeks, because you're asking someone to make a decision. If you don't ask them to make a decision, they're not going to make a decision. And at the moment, you saw Harry Kane fully have the Azpilicueta in a headlock, and there's no penalty given. So what are you to do? What is it that if you want to ask someone, you ask the question and you let them make the decision. If it was such a bad, if it was a dive, if it was such a bad, then why is it a penalty? You've got VAR, then why is it a penalty?
That's something. The letter of the law is a foul. As anyone you may see it, but we're not, like I said. Of course he dived. We know that.
It's gone down. It's easy. It's gone down easily.
But there's, like you just said there's so many cases where a player is fouled, and if they don't go down, the referee doesn't say anything. So this is, I believe, is blame on the referee. Just because someone doesn't go down doesn't mean it's not a foul.
The way the game's officiated at the moment is a disgrace. It's a shambles. So you can say people are bad or they're diving. He's gone. If it's a dive, right? Don't use that term, because if it was a dive, VAR, this amazing fucking VAR would have overturned it. Because then it is a dive, but it's not a penalty.
The thing, like you said though, the thing that annoys us is where's the energy? Where's the same energy for different players? Just if you want to eradicate diving and really pick people out, that's fine, because nobody wants to see that shit. But just keep the same energy, innit? Keep the same energy when you talk about all the rest of the players. Don't be biased upon certain clubs, certain players, certain backgrounds, whatever. If like Harry Kane, he's one of the worst at it. Great footballer, great goal scorer. Like I rate him highly, but keep the same energy across the board, because it's happening, and some of these players have to kind of do it. Moving on, Phillips. My man came in, just went back to old school defending and did
Head
a
it
job.
and kick it.
That's it. No messing around. Like there was times where like when you look for that little pass around the corner, nope, but it was gone. The channel ball.
Or Alisson. He always just roll it back to Alisson and let you can do all that.
And in the air, the man's a beast.
He's a monster.
Yeah, I think he's got all the praises already. We don't have to go into all the praises, but what a performance has come in. And you know the thing that I just like seeing for once was, you know, when the opposition team go in to whip a free kick in, right? Our defence normally, Verge, Gomez, always looking the other way, going towards attack. Push the line forward, and let's go this way and get these offside. Phillips, Nah, G. Not even. He's not looking that way. He's looking straight back, running back to get this ball out.
Pumping arms, everything.
That's it. And he knows if he's going to go up against a header with any player, most cases he's going to go win that. So I would just say, like, hats off to him.
Massive pat on the back.
I hadn't seen him play before. Like, literally came in and just did a job like that. It's just mad. And he'll hopefully get a game against Atalanta.
The other thing I wanted to quickly mention as well before we wrap this up is Joe Gomez. Again, people have made the points about it before. Listen, we're not here to get at Liverpool players and say to gun them or anything like that. But sometimes you've got to point out things that need to be pointed out. The goal. What kind of header is? What is that? What is that? Yeah. The one that Robertson blocked. Again, what is that? This guy's come into the game. Phillips is coming in head through brick walls. You got this Don, who's played every week, is supposed to be an England international, and he's doing things like that. Listen, all I'm saying is, for everyone that's saying to me, oh, a lot of people say to me, listen, you're it's opinions, you're raw on Gomez, or you're raw, you're wrong, and all this sort of stuff. Fine. If you say it's an opinion, it's an opinion. Opinions like assholes. Everyone's got one. But what I'm saying is, it's plain and clear for everyone to see. If you're a centre back and a commanding centre back, and you need to be the guy, come on. Them things can't be happening. You know, if you play against Man City, you do that again, you're getting punished. You're getting beat 2-3-4-0.
You know what made me laugh is when that happened, you should see Phillips' reaction. Phillips' reaction. That's his first game, and he literally went to the ground and literally screamed. Because as a centre-back, that should not be happening.
That's bread and butter for a centre-back.
Exactly.
If Mikel Antonio was playing, there would have been a real big problem. There would have been a massive problem. Because he would have just said, where's Gomez? Let me go take the piss out of this Gomez cat, because he's not on it. He's not on it.
And then, actually, before we go, this final topic, and I think, as we said, we need to keep it fair amongst. So we dig out certain players that we think time is done, blah, 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 not performing. Bobby Firmino. We tend to forget to mention this guy because we love the guy so much. And we defend him to the hills. And he is an exceptional player. But right about now, what more does Jota have to do to get to this team? Because that's what we say. When you come on as a sub, you take your minutes, you take your moments, and you make an influence. And Jota, just like my brother here, put his hands up and said, listen, this guy's doing his thing. What does he have to do now to make Bobby, put him to the sideline and say, listen, take a breather, boy, and come back when you're ready? Because Jota has earned his right for me to play ahead of Bobby because Bobby's not performing. I wouldn't say that if Bobby was performing, because then I'd say you still have to keep going, but Bobby's not performing. And his touches are poor. Everything that about Bobby that used to be so immaculate is now... You're looking at the same player right now, and you have to be honest with yourselves. And as I said, you should be able to criticise your players. And right now, Bobby is not doing it, and he was part of the problem as well. You know, the front three chemistry is not working. The midfield is non-existent in terms of bridging that gap between the strikers and the midfield. Is it now Bobby has to step aside and let Jota start?
I'm, as I said, I'm a massive advocate for Firmino, so I tend to reserve my judgment. My only thing would be potentially is if you're winning and the formula that you have in place that you're winning, then maybe you can see why the manager's thinking, look, Jota's a very, very good impact player. Can I see Firmino having the same impact if he comes off the bench? Probably not. So that's fair. For his all-round game, he does defensive side of things and whatever. But I find it very hard to say this, but I am starting to think that he's either needs a bit of time out of the spotlight for a bit, and if Jota's hot, then let him go, let him play. But yeah, it is something that is a little bit of a cause for concern. When I just have people say he needs to play every single game, doesn't score enough goals, I just be like, you don't watch the football, and that was my argument. You don't watch the games. Now it's slightly different because I do watch all the games. We do watch all the games. And he isn't scoring goals, and he isn't doing the other side of it that he was so good at. So it's clearly something that potentially needs to be addressed, and maybe Atalanta's a perfect time to do that. Maybe to say, right, okay, pull you out, and we're going to go with Jota to start and see how you get on, and then maybe reassess for Man City. But it's definitely something that is a bit of a cause for concern.
The team selection for tomorrow's game will be interesting. It will be interesting to see. And
we'll see.
As I said, Man City coming up on the weekend, you're going to want to save legs somewhere. So I don't think Bobby would start anyway.
We'll see.
But
yeah, listen, let us know your thoughts on the game. Do you think we were being a bit harsh? Do you think West Ham deserve a bit more credit? Did they deserve to lose? The sorts on Mo Salah, the dive, whatever you want to call it, some of the performances, Nat Phillips. Let us know your thoughts. Make sure you comment. We're obviously always keen to hear what people have got to say. So yeah, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.